Ohayou gozaimasu minasan! Welcome to the next episode! Oh my god, so I was talking about sex the last time. And, ooh. Some new pants to replace my purples. Alright. That works for me. Why not? Look at all these weapon cache thingies I have. I don't want to open them yet, but I'm going to. So here we have a staff. 18 intelligence. Fuck it. We're doing it! Let's open another one. What do we got here? We'll gain a lot of wisdom and endurance. It's worth it. It's worth it. Let's open this one. We got a new ring. Let's make sure it replaces ring 1. Okay. Alright. I don't feel like opening any other ones. I want to, but I don't want to. So like I was talking about last time, let's go ahead and wait. Random Warfront will give me extra experience, so we'll do random. And hopefully the queue's pretty quick. They've been pretty fast. There we go. See, here we go. Let's see what we get. I'm kind of curious now. So I was talking about sex. Yes. Sexy times. Oh shit. I do believe I'm the lowest level for this battleground now. No. Okay. Alright, this guy's dead. Jesus Christ, they kicked my ass. How many people were there? Ooh. Oh, looks like we're about to lose. That's no fun. I should have queued up for another instance. Oh well. I don't want this video to be too long though. This episode to be too long. Because I don't have any new content to show you. I'm just doing the same old battleground stuff, but so yes, so I was talking about people having sex last time. And so here's the issue. Oh god, I'm super dead. Whew. Kicking my ass over there. So yeah, so I was talking about sex, and what I was saying is how like I'm super paranoid about having sex and like getting a girl pregnant, that like I could never understand people that have like this like somehow non-fear, like they're just not afraid at all about like having sex with someone. I think I finish a quest if I go through this teleporter. No. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought it. So yeah, so like my friend Brett, me and Brett used to hang out all the time. We were like best of pals. Let's leave this Warfront because it's pretty shit. Oh, I joined a guild, by the way. Let's do this. Oh, let's go back to random. I was gonna show you instant action, wasn't I? Let's pull up an instant action. Instant adventure is what it's called. Let's do it. This is less than instant adventure. Alright, that was pretty quick. I'll be nice. Alright. Silverwood. So this is going to level me down. See, I'm level 14 now, where I was level 39. So this is that feature that puts you down to other people's levels. So it just puts all my spells down to doing the damage of a level 14. And I think it puts like everyone to like 14 if they're not already like above it. So there we go, we completed an adventure. Yay! I didn't do anything, but yay. Basically what it is you just complete various tasks, like kill Bopulus, Bopulus in Sunken Marsh. So where the fuck is that? There he is. So we gotta go this way, we gotta go kill that guy, and that will complete an instant action. And that you just keep doing that, and after you beat so many of these things, then you finish the instant action, I guess. I did one at one point, but it didn't work out too well. There was like 2 of us, and we weren't really doing anything, so it was kind of awkward. But so yeah, so like my friend Brett, he got a girlfriend, and once he got his girlfriend, everything else in his life was like non-existent. You know, like his brother Eric, who I call Charles-san very often, and me and Eric are very, very good friends now. But you know, me and him were basically like non-existent. And basically what he did is he just fucked his girlfriend like all day, every day. Like they would have sex. They'd have sex several times a day. And for whatever reason, like he wasn't worried at all. Like they had sex so many times. And of course she got pregnant. Like he never wore a condom. I don't think she was on birth control. They're just like, let's just fuck a lot and let's not worry about the consequences. Like how can someone do that? Like I just, you know, I had sex once, and that one time that I had sex, or my first time, I've had sex more than once. But that's beside the point I'm making right now. The thing is that one time I was just a fucking mess, you guys. Like, how can he be doing this all the time and not even give a shit? Like, oh my god. So, you know, he got her pregnant, and I guess he got her pregnant again. So they're gonna have another child, but you know, I mean, it's his life, you know, whatever. But it's actually kind of a sad story, because he didn't want her to be pregnant, and I don't know what his feelings are now. I haven't talked to him in a very long time. But so I don't know how he feels about it now. I'm sure he loves his kids, and you know, that's all good and dandy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure it's fine. It might not be, but I'm assuming it is. But so I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but that's what I do. I ramble on about things. So we were driving. It was me, Bob, and my friend Brett. He was sitting in the car with us, and we're driving. We're just talking, and then there was just this silence. There was a silence that lasted for 10 seconds or so. You know, no one's really saying anything. We're just kind of driving to. We're gonna go hang out at my place, and Brett had his child. His child was maybe a couple months old at this point, and we finally got the chance to hang out with him, because, you know, with the new child and everything, he was too busy to, you know, do anything but dealing with that. So you know, we'd finally gotten to hang out with him, and in this silence, after about 10 seconds, we just hear Brett. He's just in the back, and just the saddest, like the most honest and real thing I've ever heard in my entire life from any other human being. He's just sitting there, and he's just, I hate being a father. Like, he's looking down at the floor of the car, and he's just like, I hate being a father. And it was just like, me and Bob were just like heartbroken at that moment. Like, I feel like at that moment we witnessed a man losing his soul. Like, I feel like we could almost visibly just, like, his soul just came out of his body and just floated up into space, and just, it was just gone. Like, that was the end of Brett. That was the end of our friend right there. And it's just sad. Like, you know, like, oh, like I felt so bad for him. Me and Bob, it was just like this really intense moment for us. And it's, you know, just, and speaking of Bob, I actually have a rant I want to do about Bob, but I want to continue talking about this sex thing that I've been talking about for much longer than I suppose I need to. And I finished this area killing shit. I need to get over there. I gotta pay attention. So you know, it's just really sad that you know, that it just happened, and it's kind of me over dramatizing the situation, I feel like. you know what I mean? Like, I'm probably over dramatizing it a little bit, you know, oh, he lost his soul, and, you know, he was just probably really stressed out with the new baby, always screaming, and, you know, I'm sure it was really hard on him, and I'm sure that's what he meant when he said that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that's what it was, but I like to think that he died that day. Our friend Brett died that day, and now there's this guy, there's this stranger, you know, inhabiting his body, taking care of 2 children, and, you know, and so that's what I like to think, which is a horrible thing to say, but that's what I like to think. So there you go. But so yeah, just Jesus Christ, you guys, having sex with someone, just it's such a big deal for me. And so I guess we can talk about some of my other girlfriends. Like, I guess since we're on the topic, I might as well. Because I haven't had very many. Like, my love life is very scarce, you guys. Not just kind of scarce, it's super scarce. I have had little to none my entire life. I've gone, you know, the 24 years of my life, and I would say maybe a month or less has been spent with another human being, like within like a relationship status. So a month of my 24 years I have spent total with a girlfriend, and most of the time it's been a couple days, a week tops. I think my longest was a week tops. My shortest ever that I was dating someone was the first time I ever dated a girl. It was the first time I'd ever asked a girl out. I had liked her for a very long time. I liked her in the 6th grade, and I liked her, I liked her a lot. And I might have told this story at some point before, but she went to a different junior high than me after we got out of grade school. She went to a different junior high, but in 9th grade, so it was like 3 or 4 years since I had seen her. In 9th grade, I got to see her again, and she started going to my school, and I finally asked her out. I got up the courage to ask her out, and she said yeah, and it wasn't even me getting the courage, it was her friends came out. I was like hanging out with my friends outside, and all of her friends, like a group of her friends, like jumped me and like ganged up on me, and they like pushed me, and they like took me to her, and were basically like, you know, you have to ask her out, basically, because, you know, I liked her and I guess she liked me, but that's real debatable. But so I go and ask her out. She's like yeah, and so the next day, less than 24 hours later, she comes up to me and she's like, you know, I can't date you, and she made up this story. She's like, you know, my parents, they oh, we're collecting mushrooms now. My parents, I guess her parents found out somehow, like her little sister or something told her parents, or she gave me a pretty sketchy story in my mind. Like, when I heard that, I was like, what? You know, I was like, oh, okay, you know, that's fine, like, you know, but it was bullshit. That's the truth. It was fucking bullshit. And so yeah, so she left me, and you know, a couple weeks later, we had like a school dance, and she was going out with this other guy. So really, she just fell in love with this other dude, and she had a couple excuses. Like, one of her excuses was we were talking on MSN Messenger a lot. So I guess I'm going on this story. Like, I might as well. This is my first real love that I did anything about. I have a lot of stories, you guys. This is weird. I'm having this weird revelation. Recently, the recent years of my life, I don't have any stories. Like the past like 3 or 4 years, I feel like I don't have any stories. But stories from like high school and when I was young, because I did a lot of fucking stupid shit when I was young. You know what I mean? Like, I was just doing stupid stuff. I was a good kid. I wasn't getting into trouble, but like, just like socially awkward, like with school and things like that. I did a lot of dumb things, and now I turned into like this guy that just is by myself all the time. So I guess I have a bunch of stories to kind of talk to you guys about. So I'm liking it. You know, I'm liking talking with you guys, talking about my shit, my life. All right, so oh god, oh fuck, let's kill this dude. So Shit, so I got off on that tangent and I don't remember where I was going with anything that I was just saying. So yeah, it was bullshit basically. She made up this thing and she started dating this other guy and you guys, I was furious. Oh, I hated that guy so much. Did I hate him? Like I don't think they were like officially dating, but they were definitely hanging out. They were definitely like a thing. Like I am 100% convinced they were like a thing. There's no way they weren't. There's no way. I'm kind of liking this instant action thing, by the way, you guys. I haven't done any quests since level 10 or whenever. I'm just gonna, I don't know when it was exactly, so I'm just gonna say level 10. But yeah, so I'm liking instant action, battlegrounds, mixing it up with some dungeons, some instances. It's awesome. So anyway, so yeah, so these two, they're definitely a thing, right? They're definitely a thing. So kind of angers me. Ooh, what's going on here? I guess I have a quest to collect these. Ooh, a dungeon. I don't know. I'm kind of liking doing what I'm doing now. Let's just continue doing this stuff for a little bit. So yeah, so I hated this guy. You know, it's like he took the girl of my dreams away from me, and I guess I haven't said her name yet. I'll go ahead and say her name because fuck, I don't care about privacy. But her name was Tanisha, and at the time I didn't know this, but I guess Tanisha's like a black lady's name. Like, I don't mean black lady in like a bad like term or anything. Like, I guess that's just like not a white girl. She's like super white blonde hair, like skinny white blonde girl. So, and her name was Tanisha. So I don't know. I liked her name. I don't know. You know, and I guess I could go more into like my story. Like, I guess I could talk to you guys about my first kiss since we're on it. Like she was my first kiss. She was my first girl that I'd ever dated, and what role are you? What are these guys saying? Chat. What the fuck? What the fuck is he saying? Okay. What are we supposed to be doing here? Oh, looks like we gotta go this way. I remember the first time I ever kissed her. It was in 6th grade. It was my first kiss was 6th grade. And we were in the copying room. There's a copier room, and we were copying something for our teacher, and it was me, Tanisha, and I think 2 of her friends were in there as well. And it was the worst first kiss I've ever done in my life. Like, story of my life is the first time I ever do anything, and not just like relationship related. I mean the first time I do anything. The first time I ever played a first-person shooter, I was god awful. Like, embarrassingly, anything I do for the first time, I am really bad at it. Really fucking bad at it. No matter what. Like, I am just mentally fucking retarded and handicapped at whatever it is. Just absolutely awful. Oh my god. So I'm over-exaggerating this a bit, but we're in the copier room, and you know, I'm like, you know, oh, like somehow it gets onto the thing that we're gonna kiss each other. Like, we're in the copy room, and it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have my first kiss. So I'm like really nervous, and like, you know, I was like, oh my god. And for some reason, like she was really Mormon. For any of you who don't know what Mormon is, it's like kind of like Christians. It's a religion, and in Utah there's a lot of Mormons, and it's a very Mormon state, and I was raised Mormon, but I personally don't believe in any of that stuff anymore, that religion thing, or the religion stuff. And I don't really care. If you want to believe in God and everything, I'm not going to get into that, but just know that I don't believe in it, and she super believes in it. So her being this kind of religious girl, and I I actually, to pull this back a little bit, I think this is why I have a lot of trouble in Utah, because there is a lot of religious girls here, and I don't like them. I do not like the people that they are. The religious people, they're nice people, but the young girls that I've grown up around, going to church and things that I've always been around, they're just very judgmental. They're very weird, and they're very like, I don't like it. I really don't like it at all. And right now I'm like shaking my hand like furiously. I really don't like the girls. I don't know what it is about the Mormon girls that I don't like. They're either like these Molly Mormon, like, you have to be with God, you have to go on a mission, you have to be a perfect human being, and they're not perfect by any means, but they're like, they expect so much out of you, and I hate that. Like, they don't let you just be a human. They're just fucking terrible people. Or they're complete slutty whores. There is no middle that I've personally met. There's no middle. They are either like super like oh, like, I want to save myself for when I'm married, and so like they all get married. Like, people get married really young in Utah because they don't want to have sex when they're not married. So, oh, let's just get married. They meet someone, and within a couple months they're getting married because they're fucking stupid. You don't marry someone after you know them for a couple months. You marry them after a few years, and after you live with each other for another couple years, then you get married. You don't, fucking stupid motherfuckers. You don't get married like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't like it, but we need to go this way. This quest is done. So anyway, so I'm sorry. So I don't know how long I've been recording. This is terrible. I have so much to talk with you guys, today about. I'm excited. I don't know what it is. So that's the only spectrum of girls here. Is there's, I can't do anything with you, and I expect you to not swear. I expect you to be just a perfect little human being, or else it's not going to happen. And if you don't go on a mission, then we can't get married in the temple, and we can't be together when we die and we go to heaven. We can't be together because we can't get married in the temple, and I can't marry you because you're not going to go on a mission. And it's stupid. Like, I'm not going on a mission to waste 2 years of my fucking life for something I don't believe in, which is something I want to talk about with the whole Bob situation. But I'll do that in a different video. So let me continue on my rant here about the women here. So they're either that kind of girl, right? They're that Jesus Christ. So they're that kind of girl of like, they expect so much out of you to just like be this perfect person, or they're just big, super big sluts. Like, because their parents, like the Mormon families put a lot of pressure on their children. So a lot of them just go crazy because they're just so suppressed by their family. Like, don't have sex and this and that. And then what ends up happening is, because they're being told what to do, they rebel against their parents and they have lots of sex and they're very slutty. So there's those two extremes. And I never liked the slutty ones. They made me very uncomfortable because I was raised Mormon, and I had, a lot of those like don't have sex before you're married stuff. And so, I had that kind of ingrained into me. So the really slutty ones made me really uncomfortable and kind of sick to my stomach. Like kind of really sick to my stomach. I didn't like that. So Tanisha, this girl I had loved, she was the first type, the you need to go on a mission type. And I wasn't going to go on a mission. And I was all throughout growing up, I felt very, very pressured that you have to go on a mission, and it's like, you got to do this for God, and you got to do these things, and it was expected of all young men, like once you turn like 19 or something, that you go on a mission and you go out, and for 2 years of your life you go out and you teach the word of God to people, and I never liked that idea. Never ever liked that idea. Ding! Leveled up like a boss. I want this spell. What does it do? Restores health equal to 100% of the mage's maximum health. So can I cast that on someone else? So that's a 1 minute cooldown, and it heals them for 100% of my maximum health. So that will heal someone for 1,000. That's boss. For a minute heal, that's a really good heal, you guys. That's actually really exciting. I like that. I like that a lot. So I got distracted here. So what was I talking about? So yeah, so I've been pressured for a very long time throughout my young life. And, you know, I had stopped believing in God around like 12. Like 12 or 13, I was starting to think, you know what, this God guy, I don't believe in all this stuff that they're teaching me. You know, I don't believe this. And then it was just my parents were forcing me to go to church. So it wasn't my choice. It was on Sundays when normally you would have the day off to play video games, go hang out with friends. You have to wake up and you have to get dressed up and you have to go to church and you have to spend like 3 hours of your day at church, and it's really boring. They're teaching you things you don't believe. It's not even like school where at least you're learning something, you know, that might be kind of interesting, but you know, even school, you're really not learning a whole lot of useful shit. But so you know, so church was just miserable for me. I hated church, and actually until I think it was till I was 16 before my mom finally just sat down with me and she's like, you know what, you're old enough to decide if you want to go to church. And she pulled the whole guilt thingy on me. She's like, you know, I would really like it if you continued going to church, and you know, she's like, that would make me really happy, but you're old enough to decide now. And the second she let me decide, I have never gone to church again since, you know. So since then, never again. Never again. You know, my decision would have been made a few years before she gave me that decision. Or my decision was already made before she had even given me the decision. So for me, yeah, there's no way. I was never going back to church. And you know, and it kind of sucked for me a little bit, because my two younger siblings, you know, they kind of got the same choice shortly after that. They were kind of forced to keep going, but after about a month, then my whole family kind of stopped going. After I stopped going, it was weird, because like my whole family just kind of stopped going. My mom had just gone through like a divorce from my dad, and so I think that's why she decided to like give me the choice. I don't know why, you know. I haven't talked to her about it. Maybe I should talk to her about that sometime when I go visit her. I'll ask her about that and see, kind of get into her head about what she was thinking, and like why she came to that conclusion. So anyway, so let's get back to Tanisha here, and I don't know how long I've been recording. I'm so sorry. So I'll just keep going till 1:15. 1:15, I'll stop recording then. I should probably follow these guys. We've got a pretty good little instant action group going here. But anyway, so back to Tanisha. So, you know, she was just that kind of girl. So me and her were talking over MSN a lot, and I guess one of her friends was having sex already in the 9th grade. Like, in the 9th grade, they were having sex. Like, I had never even thought about having sex yet. I wasn't even masturbating yet, you guys. Like, or was I? You know what? I think I was masturbating at this point. Was I? Was I masturbating? I don't think I was. I do not think I was masturbating. So we're talking over MSN, and so because her friend was talking about having sex, Tanisha now was like really curious about sex, and she wanted to have sex for the first time, even though she's like this super Mormon girl. And oh, I didn't finish my story about my first kiss. So let's finish that, and then we'll talk about this sex stuff. So basically, we're in the copier room, and so me and Tanisha, we just kiss each other. But because she's this, at the time when we were in 6th grade, but she was like super Mormon-y at the time, and so she was like, you know, I don't want to kiss you on the lips. And I don't remember why she didn't want to kiss on the lips, but she didn't want to kiss on the lips. So it was a kiss on the cheek. So she came and she kissed me on the cheek first, and it was just this soft kiss on my cheek, and you guys, I got the butterflies in my stomach, and my cheeks got a little red. I was a little embarrassed, and I got a big smile on my face. I was so happy. Oh, a kiss on the cheek. You know, I was just so happy. And then I go in for my kiss on the cheek. I was really nervous, you know. I was happy, but I was really nervous now. Now I gotta kiss her back. So I go and I kiss her on the cheek, and I go in too fast, you guys. I had too much speed. So I went in there and I did a real rough like kiss on her cheek really fast, and then I pulled away. And you know, like I pushed my face a little too far into her face, you know, like because I was really nervous, and I went in there a little too aggressive, and and so like I just have this memory of my first kiss, and like kissing her on the cheek was really bad. Like I really fucked it up really bad. I was really embarrassed. That at the time I was really embarrassed. I'm like, oh no, Joel, what did you do? Why did you kiss her that way, you stupid fuck? Like, you ruined it. You ruined everything. Your life is over. Because you kissed her on the cheek in a more aggressive way than you should have. You know, I was just traumatized. Oh, I was traumatized. I couldn't handle myself. It was terrible, you guys. Oh my god. It was too much for me to handle. Oh shit, you guys. Oh, just even thinking about it is just making me smile. Oh, I was a weird kid. So yeah, so you know, I want to talk about me and her, and about having sex for the first time through MSN. And as you guys know, because I've already told you about the first time I had sex with Brittany, it didn't happen with Tanisha, but there is a story there. And this story is actually like it's really important for the way I viewed women for most of my young life, and even now it's tainted a lot of the way that I actually view women, and I view relationships. It kind of damaged me, I feel like, and it sounds like a weird kind of weak thing to say almost, you know what I mean? That's like, well, you know, fuck her, don't let her rule your life. And I don't let her rule my life, but you know, it definitely affected the way I think about like relationships, because I haven't had a good relationship ever. None of my relationships I've had, except for one. There was one that was pretty good, and perhaps I'll talk about that at some point with you guys. But yeah. So it's 1:15. So next time I will talk to you guys more about me and Tanisha and my I'm just unfolding my life to you guys, and I'm gonna run out of stories to tell you. Don't you worry about that. And once I do, I'm very worried, because I'm not going to have anything to talk about, because I don't have very many stories. I need to, maybe that's my way of seeing I need to get out there and actually do some shit with my life, right? Get out there and experience some things. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. I hope you're enjoying me talking about my life as a young teen, doing stupid things with the opposite sex, because I'm sure we've all had those feelings, you know. We've all felt like idiots doing something like, oh no, what have you done? You ruined everything, and you just kissed her on the cheek a little too hard, and you know, but you're freaking out over it. All right, guys, I will see you next time. Ja mata.